Right, question 5, the last one in our paper 1 5 for 5 playlist. So this question is to do with bearings, and it's a map. So we've got sort of navigation stuff going on, and we use this a lot. I mean, this is can be quite a skill that is used if you're in the Navy or if you're on ships. Still quite a useful skill to be able to read maps and navigate your way around. So let's have a look. The diagram shows a part of a map. Okay, it's not a very detailed map, is it? So luckily we are experts in navigation. It shows the position of a castle and a church. So we've got the church is here, castle down there. It says the scale of the map is 1 to 10,000. All right, so this is 10,000 times smaller than the real thing. So the distance between the church and the castle has been made is 10,000 times smaller here than it would be if you were walking it in real life. Okay, so work out the real distance. How far is it between the castle and the church? And just give your answer in meters. Okay, so if you want it, well, you're going to need to measure just to have a distance to start off. So you'll need to grab a ruler. Okay, and I'm not a super expert on all the fancy IT stuff, so I'm going to guide you through what you would do. I haven't got a ruler on here to show you. So you would need to, with a ruler, you would need to connect up with a straight line the church and the castle, okay, with your best straight line. Mine was not very good, and then get your ruler and measure how long, measure from 0, what is the distance down to here. So when I measured it on paper, it was 8.2 centimeters. That's the distance from there to there, 8.2 centimeters. So I've got 8.2 centimeters, and I said to you, didn't I, that is 10 times smaller than the actual distance because of the scale. So if I times this by 10,000, give me the real distance if I had to actually walk it in real life. So we've got 8.2 times 10,000, so we're timesing it. We're going to move the decimal point 4 places. It matches the number of zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8.2. I'll do this without a calculator, remember. So times it once, twice, 3 and 4. That's a bit of a dance there. Put in the zeros. So I've got 82,000 centimeters. All right, great. Let's move on, shall we? No, let's reread the question. Does it want it? What does the answer actually want it in? It says give your answer in meters. Well, I've got mine in centimeters. So how many centimeters are in a meter? You should know 100 centimeters is 1 meter. Okay, so we've got centimeters, so we'll end up with an answer that is less than what we've got, all right, because we're going to use up 100 of these centimeters just to make 1 meter. So now we've got to do a bit of division. We're going to divide this by 100 to convert it into meters. Divided by 100, we can just knock off 2 of our zeros, all right, to match that. And then we'd end up with 820. 820 meters is the actual distance if you had to walk from the church to the castle. Part B, it says find the bearing. Now bearings, there are some rules with bearings, aren't there? 3 rules. The first rule is it has to be 3 figures. So when you're doing bearings, you need your compass to measure the angle, but you need an answer that has 3 figures in it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 numbers in every answer that you give. So if you had a bearing of 60, never write 60. You must write 060. All right, that's just for your information over here. So it's 3 figures, and also you must always measure from north. Start at north. So it's telling us the north lines for both locations are here and here. And we would always line up north with 0 on our protractor. So you'd move your protractor up to here and line up the north line with your 0 line. Your cross, your little crosshair bit here, would have to line up with the location itself. So you would put that either on the church or you would put this bit onto the castle, depending on which one you're measuring. And you must always measure in a clockwise direction. Okay, so you must always measure clockwise your angles, your bearings, always. So where are we? When you read the question, where are you at the moment is the key thing. So find the bearing of the castle from the church. So where are you from? You are from the church. So you are standing at the church. And people get this wrong all the time. You are actually at the church. Okay, so you're measuring the bearing from the church to the castle. So you put your protractor up here. You would measure the angle in a clockwise direction round to your path that you're going to take. So you're walking down there, aren't you? Measure it from north, clockwise round. So you're basically measuring that angle there. And if you were to measure this with a protractor, you should get 130 degrees. That's the angle there. Okay, so that's my bearing. That's the heading that I would walk on. I would walk on a bearing of 130. So I'd be kind of walking down in this direction, which would be 130 degrees. If I was looking at north to start with, I'd turn 130 degrees and then start walking down the path. So the bearing would just be 130 degrees. All right, hope that's helpful. Best of luck in any of your exams that you've got coming up. And please look at the next playlist, which I'll be doing calculator questions, the last 5 from a paper 2. All right, thanks for watching.